Today we're talking about busy versus productive. Now, we've all worked with those people that are constantly busy, right? They always have more to do. They take projects on, they say yes or they say no because they're too busy. And they seemingly have an unending amount of things to do. We've worked with people like that, and some of them are really productive, others are not so productive. What is the difference between busyness and productivity? I'd like to encourage us all to think about it on a sliding scale. Think about busy on one end and productivity on the other. And really, we can all deliver terrific work product, but how we deliver it in a sustainable way will depend on whether you're busy or productive. So those days where you're just in 8.5 or 9 hours of meetings and you just go back to back to back to back, you most likely feel as though you don't accomplish much. When you get out of the end of a day like that, you feel exhausted, you feel drained, you've been busy. Maybe you've had the 5-minute bio break here, the 10-minute call that finished early so you can rush to answer some email, but you really haven't accomplished much. And the fact is, we all have things, tasks, work product that we really have to dedicate time to. So think about your days as you finish them on that sliding scale from busy to productive. Where were you? Where do you want to be? And where do you need to be to get things done? There may be times where the communications, the meetings that you are having is what you need to be doing. It's what needs to be on your schedule at that time to move things forward. There will be other times where you must carve out time so that you are properly identifying and then moving forward with what will actually move the needle. So think about, and the first step is that presence, that evaluation of where you are on the sliding scale of busy to productive. Then from there, think about the work that needs to get accomplished. And in terms of the work and the work volume that needs to get accomplished, look at it with 4 attributes. What needs to be a priority? What can be deferred? What can be delegated? And what can be declined? I use the defer, delegate, and decline a lot when coaching individuals about how to own their calendar, when talking about how you own your calendar so you can get stuff done. And the same applies here. When you're thinking about the overall amount of work that you need to get done, what is most important? Taking the time to do that can seem like a luxury, but it's really not. It's how you move from busyness to productivity. So make sure you're carving out the time to identify what is busy work versus what is productive work. And then from there, of the work that isn't a priority for you specifically, what of it can go to your team? What of it can go to other teams or individuals? What of it should just be put on the shelf for right now? And what of it actually isn't that important? There are, chances are, a bunch of things sitting in your inbox right now that actually aren't that important for you to get done anytime soon. So do not hesitate to constantly be evaluating and reevaluating what you prioritize, what you defer, what you delegate, and what you decline. Think about those 4 things when you are thinking about what you want and need to accomplish. Then you want to be patient. You want to be patient when new ideas come up. A lot of us can be like the person that sees a shiny new object and wants to go running after it. Be patient with yourself, be patient with your teams. Know that if you are on a path towards accomplishing something and a new idea or a new opportunity comes in, that may or may not be the right way to change your path. You need to be very considerate about what's happening there. You need to be very considerate about whether or not it is worth a significant amount of attention and perhaps deferring you and putting you on a new path. Sometimes that's the path you actually need to be on, is that new path. And that new idea or new opportunity is something that should be capitalized on. But make sure you are taking the time to carefully evaluate if that change in your productivity, in your busyness, and exactly what you are planning to get done in your plan makes sense. So just quickly to recap, Think about busyness to productivity on a sliding scale and make sure that you are reflecting on that regularly. There will be days that just become busy because something happens, but are you routinely feeling productive? If not, you need to do a better job of prioritizing. You need to be looking at what needs to get delivered and be prioritizing, deferring, delegating, or declining. Think about that with all that you need to accomplish. And if you don't have the team or you don't have the manpower to be doing that, you need to be looking to how you can resource for that. It's critical that you spend time to invest in others so that you can build up that capacity for additional work to be done, whether it's on your team, in your business, or even among what you need to get done in the household. All right. Then, after you prioritize, you continue to reprioritize, reengage, keep evaluating that. And be careful of shiny new object, right? New ideas, new opportunities. They may seem like exactly what you need. Be patient with them. Be really present as you are evaluating whether or not that's the right course for moving forward. And finally, when you are thinking about busyness versus productivity, think about why you are doing something. Think about why that report is sitting with you. Think about why it's critical that you be the one that give this presentation. Really understand what your purpose is for why you're doing what you're doing, and that will help you to become more efficient. And finally, in order to be productive, we have to carve out the proper amount of time for our brains to really fully engage. If you have a big presentation that you need to plan for example, it is not a good idea to be trying to fit it in 15-minute and half an hour and even hour long at times segments in between meetings. That is just not something that our brains are wired for. It will take you far longer to get that presentation done than if you just block 3 hours on your calendar and devote yourself to that. Remove distractions, be present on that task and working on that work deliverable. So these are all things that you can be doing so that you are feeling present, so that you are ensuring that you are not just busy, but rather productive. And that ultimately leads you to be a more sustainable leader. It helps you close out at the end of the day feeling accomplished. It ensures that you are not regularly just busy and burning yourself out. You will not only get more done, you'll be feeling better and you'll be showing your teams exactly what they need to do so that they are also working in a productive capacity rather than just a busy capacity.